Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Yay, I Got a Rock. And as promised, today is all about cutting geodes and some mystery stones. So I just wanted to show you my chosen stones for today. This is one of our geodes. I have good feeling about this one. It's not too heavy, so I'm thinking that it may be hollow. Let's see. Here's another. This one has some interesting coloring to it, so I'm hoping that it'll be a pretty color on the inside if it is indeed a geode and not a nodule, which is usually a solid. It's still a crystal, but it's solid. This one, I feel good about this one. It feels really light and like it may contain some beautiful geodes, so we'll see. Some beautiful crystals inside of there. Here's another. And what's going to happen is I'm going to switch to the shop because so many of you have been asking to see me cutting. So I'm going to switch everything to the shop. You're going to watch me cut, and then we're going to come back up here and I'm going to open them with you on camera. So I'm not going to open them once I cut them. I'm going to place them back into the container. And when we get back up here to the shop, I'm going to pull every piece and then we're going to just open them together. And as an added bonus, I think you're going to like this one, I'm going to do another amethyst geode. And as you can see, there's already an amethyst here. And with this one, I know that it's hollow, and I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but there's something shaking inside. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some more loose amethyst. But this is an added bonus, and I will be cutting this as the last of the amethyst. But here's one right here that you can see. So I know that this is already a winner. And as far as the mystery stones, here's one. And most of these were polished, but I want to cab them. So I'm going to be cutting them to see what's inside and see if I can make two beautiful cabochons with them. So here's one that I'll be cutting. Now check this one out. This one has a lot of banding to it. So I'm really hoping that these bands transfer to the inside. And once I cut, I think I'm going to cut it right down the middle. We'll see what this one has. And here's another beautiful, beautiful stone. Now they polished up well after tumbling, but now I want to see if I can make one stone too. And I'll probably cut this one right down the middle as well, just to see if these beautiful colorations transfer to the inside. And again, I promise you we're going to do all of this together. Here's another. Check this one out. Wouldn't this be cool? And then I'll polish it up and make some really nice cabochons. That's one. Now this one, I'm not sure what it is. It's got a waxy feel to it, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut it right down here so we can see what is inside. Either way, I think this would be a nice piece once I polish it up and once I, grind it down and polish it up. It may be a very nice display piece. This one, I want to say that this is petrified wood that, really polished well. But again, I'm going to cut into it and we can see what lies within. And this one is interesting. It looks like maybe, because I don't think that this is a natural fault here, a natural fracture, but it looks like someone may have tried to cut this at some point. I don't even know where I got this stone from, but then they tried to put it back. Now, if this is natural, that's really cool, but I want to see what's inside of this. So we're going to be cutting this one open as well. I might try to cut it along this line, or I might just do another one right down the middle here in case I want to slab this, but I don't know just yet. And one of my favorites from long ago that you all like a lot, this one, we're going to try to see what's inside. So this is what we have for our cutting session. And for those of you who asked, about this piece. This was something that was promised years ago. I'm not going to be making a lot of pieces. Sorry about the camera moving, but this one was promised a long time ago. So I decided to sit down, cut the stones, and see if I could get it to um, completion. And well, this is where it is. So it'll be shipping off soon. That was a special promise. But again, you won't even know that I will have been missing when I edit all of this together. But these are the stones for this session of Yay, I Gotta Rock. I will see you back here again soon in the shop where we will get to cutting. And then after I'm done cutting, we will come back up and I will pick up each piece individually and pull it open so that we can see what's inside together. So I'll see you soon for part 2. Well, hello, hello. Welcome to part 3 of Yay, I Gotta Rock. This is time for us to discover what all of these beauties are hiding inside. We're just going to take them in no particular order, but I think I'll start with this one because this one was really, I don't want to do that. This one was really hard to cut. Ah, there's another one that's sneaking out on us. We'll get to that one next then, so you know that it is a geode. But let me wet this up, pull it out for you, and you ready? Drum roll, please. Oh, wow, okay. All right. These are marks from the saw, of course, because I really had to fight with this, but not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty. Huh. Okay. And this is just like the sand. But yeah, I decided to try to cut it along that what looked like a pre-cut there just to see. So there you go. That is rock number 1. Okay, let's just do this one since it wanted to be seen. You ready? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let me try to get closer for you. Wow. I hope you all are finally figuring out why I love to do this so much. Look at that. Now, from the outside, it looks like a really hard rock, but it's just, and I think you can see that, you can even see my fingers through it. It's really quite hollow and thin. So I could have used the chisel hammer to probably just crack it open, but I like the smooth edges as well. So there you have it. That one is really, really pretty. Here's another one that's trying to peek out that wants to be seen. So let's just do this one. You remember this one? And at the end, I'll put up some macros and some pictures of these with the uncut stones and the reveals as well. Oh, look. It did go all the way through. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, wow. Eek, this is why I love doing this. Are you kidding me? How nice is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, remember this one? And you want to wet it. When you wet the stones, it really does bring out their beauty. So you can see what they'll look like once they're polished and done. So this is this one. And this was another one that was really hard to cut. But let's see. Oh, and it's just as pretty inside. These are going to make great cabs. Oh my gosh. Once I sand them down and polish them up, look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh my gosh. I've had some of these rocks forever and I never thought about this. Wonder what they look like if they're just as beautiful on the inside. I may even do something like this and make it some type of wings. I don't know yet. But wow. I am so fascinated. Oh, let's do this one. Remember this one with all the banding? Let me put it in some water over here and let's see. Ready? Look, 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 look. Look at the beauty inside. Look at all these bands. Look, let me see if I can get it close for you. OMG. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow. Let me see. Look at that. And this one. Oh my goodness. I can't. I just can't. Oh my goodness. I'm going to save this one for last. Remember, I thought this was petrified wood, and I still do think that's what it is, but let's just see. Ready? Boom. Oh, look at how pretty it is on the inside. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look, 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 look. Look, look, look. I still say that's petrified wood. But look at that. Look, look, look. Oh my gosh. Yep. This is why I love doing this. This is why I love doing this. Let's try this one. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, let me put it in some water. Clean it off just a little bit. It sounds like it might be hollow. So and it is. Look, look, look. Geode crystals. Look at this. Look, look. Look at that little section right in there. Oh, wow. This is why I like doing this. I am loving this. I really am. What are we going to do next, folks? We're getting down the wire here. Let's do this big one. This one feels kind of heavy. I don't know what we're going to get with this one. But let's just see. Sounds like it might be hollow. Look, 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 look. Look at the detail in there. Isn't that just fascinating? Look, look, look. Great cut decision. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, I am so in love with doing this. Look, look, look. And a lot of these, once I'm done cleaning them up, polishing them up, they'll be up on the focusfemales.com website for you. If you're interested in any of these, if you collect beautiful things, stones, rocks, they'll be up. And of course, all of the money goes towards the Wall Foundation, Inc., which is a 501c3 nonprofit. But look, look, look. What is this? Ah, we have a nodule here. It's solid, but it's still pretty. Now, these are crystals. They just don't have the hollow caverns in them. Um, but they're still crystals. This one is just a nod, as I call them, but still pretty. And some people like nodules. I mean, they don't like the hollows, they like the nodules. So there's something for everyone. Remember this one? Look at this one. Let's see. Let's see what we got here with this one. Ready? Boom. Look, look, look. Oh, how different is this? Look at that one. I don't even know what the black stone is in there. How about this piece? Look, look, look. Look at that. Look at the cavern in there. See how close I can get for you. Look at that. Isn't that just fascinating? Oh my gosh. Look, and you never know. You pass these rocks, you just never know. Look at this. Look, it's just a rock. And then, look, look, look. We never know what's inside of these. We never, ever know until someone picks them up and opens them. Look at this. And again, it was just a rock. It was just a rock. Ah, I love this. I do. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. I might as well just sit this one in here. Let's do this one. I'll put it in the water. Let's see what we got here. Ready? Sounds hollowish. I don't know. Let's see. And it is. Look, look, look. Look, look. Oh my goodness. Isn't that fascinating? I might make the cutting video something separate and just put up the before and afters for you to save on the video time. But this is what I love to do. And this is what's inside. Remember this one? You ready? Let's see. It is just as beautiful inside. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look, look, look. Just the rock. And look, look, look. I tell you, God's earth is something beautiful. There is just, oh, this is awesome. Oh my gosh, we're losing the light. But, oh, remember the amethyst geode? Let's see what we can do with this one. And if you watched any of my other videos, you know that the amethyst geodes just seem to fracture, really hard to work with. These are some pieces from it. But you know me, I try to work with any and everything. So we are just going to, again, look at this. And remember, this was the amethyst that we already saw here. I don't know if some of these pieces were what was. Oh, look, the amethyst came. I think it came loose. Wait, wait, wait. I think it came loose. Look, it's loose. It's loose. Look, look, look. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let me put some water on that one. Look, look, look. It came out of here, and there's more. Look, 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 look. There's more. Look. This was a really good find. Look, look, look. And another amethyst. I love the light colors too. You know, some people like the darker colors, and I do have some that are really old that are darker in my collection, but look at this. And then, oh, there's more. Look, look, look. No, can I get that out? No, but look, look. And all of the druzy down in there. Look, look, look. All of this amethyst. Look, look. Isn't that just amazing and beautiful and stunning and any other descriptive word that I can think of? Look, look, look. Look. Let me put this piece down. Look. Here, here. Look at all these amethysts in this one. I'm going to have to do some more breaking, but look. Oh my gosh. I am so loving this. Oh my gosh. So I've got about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 amethysts or more out of this one geode. Look at that. I might even leave it as is. It's just so pretty the way it is, and just mount it and make it just have it up as is. I may even keep it for my collection. I don't know yet, but I'm going to try to smooth out some of these parts. But okay, well, that's it for this particular unveiling. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did sharing it with you. Um, I'll try to do more of these, but thanks so much for joining in. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm going to put up some pictures of these in macro later on at the end of this video. So, but I'll get to that later on today because I have some other things I need to do today. But thanks so much for joining in. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for watching this to the end. Remember to like, follow, and share. And I'll be back again with another segment of Yay! I Got a Rock. I'm C. Maria. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for sticking it out and watching this video to the end. I'll see you again soon. Have the best day possible, even if you do not want to. I'll talk to you again soon.